Hi guys, Andy here from Fit Body Strong Mind. Today's video is about the third segment of the fitness triangle, which is recovery. In the previous videos I've looked at training and nutrition, and today, looking at recovery, it is actually very closely linked with nutrition. When you train hard, it's really important that you recover well, otherwise your results simply won't be as good as they can be. And in fact, if you train too much without recovering sufficiently, you can suffer from overreaching and eventually overtraining if it goes on too long. But even for those of us who are relative beginners and we don't exercise a huge amount, recovery is still really important. We need to make sure that we give our body what it needs to recover, and then that we give it the time to use those nutrients to recover effectively. So there's really three key components of recovering well. The first one is nutrition. So that's very closely linked to the second segment on the triangle, which we've already discussed, so I won't go into that in depth. But in short, a diet which is high in protein, highly nutritious with lots of vegetables which have lots and lots of micronutrients in them, and as low as possible in empty calories, which are things like sugary carbs, unhealthy fats, things like that. Basically calories which have no real nutritional value. So focus on fruits, veg and protein. The second component, which is really important, is sleep. And sleep is something, of course, that so many of us now in the Western world don't get enough of, because our world is hyperactive, hyper alive, and it's 24/7 go. So a lot of us don't get enough sleep. We don't get to sleep early enough. There's too many distractions. We force ourselves to wake up too early with alarm clocks and such like. And even when we do sleep, very often the quality isn't very good. Perhaps we drink too much and we don't fall into the full deep sleep that we should, or we don't have enough time in bed actually sleeping. A lot of our time in bed is spent tossing and turning or reading or whatever. So it's really important that you sleep well. If you're training, you really should aim for 8 hours of quality sleep a night. Now it's different for everybody. Some people only require 6 hours sleep, some people require 10. But it is important that you are really well refreshed and well rested, and that if that means going to bed an hour or even 2 hours earlier to get a full good night's sleep, you will find it has a massive effect not only on your recovery from training, but on your desire and your energy to train again the next time. The third key component of recovery is time. If you're someone who's trying to go to the gym 5 times a week and trying to go running 3 times a week, it's very probable that you're not giving your body enough time to fully recover between your workouts, between your runs, and you're not going to achieve optimal results. We don't all want to be professional athletes, and therefore we don't have to be pushing ourselves all the time. Most of us have jobs, most of us have busy lives, and it's not sustainable to try and push yourself like a professional athlete whilst having a full-time job. The best thing to do is the minimum amount of work you can do and still achieve excellent results, which means training hard, very hard, and then recovering well with sufficient time before going back into the gym again, fully rested. So for general guidelines, I wouldn't train more than 3 times a week, particularly if you're a beginner. Try and have a day of rest in between every session. And if you're doing cardio, you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to be out every day doing 40 minutes. 20 minutes, a couple of times a week is more than enough to get started. And as you get used to it over time, you might naturally feel that you're able to do more without constantly having to push yourself. So those are the 3 components of quality recovery: good nutrition, really high quality sleep, and plenty of time in between exercise sessions, so that you're not pushing yourself all the time, because that does eventually lead to burnout and quitting. So thanks very much for joining me in this video. Pop over to fitbodystrongmind.com if you want to read more of my articles, and I'll see you again in the next video. Thanks very much for your time.